Online gaming is awesome. It's a little crazy to think about the fact that there was a time when online gaming just didn't exist. While online gaming is so common in everything everywhere nowadays, people back then didn't even have Wi-Fi on their consoles. So let's take a quick look back into online gaming and how it got so popular. The internet, our main culprit in this case. Created on January 1st, 1983, nice birthday, the internet allowed interactive communication between people and things from a long distance. Ever since then, the internet has slowly grown into its own ecosystem, with every passing year granting new innovations never seen before. Not so long later, the internet became an important staple in all forms of digital media. At the same time, video games, more specifically home consoles, started to gain some of its own popularity. It was only natural that the two would soon cross paths. Quick fun fact about older consoles, every console prior to the 6th generation, those being GameCube, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, and Xbox, didn't support Wi-Fi. For the most part. One thing all these consoles had in common prior to the 6th and maybe 7th generation is a lack of a home menu. Usually, you just put in a game and play directly from there. Turning on the console with no game would either get an error or just a black screen. However, by this point in time, consoles started to develop some of their own personality in the form of software UI. This means two things. One, consoles could now support a purpose outside of just playing games and maybe watching movies. And two, consoles would need Wi-Fi so they could fulfill said purpose. With all of this in mind, we have now reached an era where video games and online connectivity coexist. While Wi-Fi and gaming consoles could be used to watch Netflix or download games, three things I want to discuss here are online multiplayer, live streaming, and esports. Online multiplayer is the idea of playing video games with friends together and doing that online. Many games were created to either support playing online with a friend or making playing online with friends its whole purpose. As time went on, games allowed for cross-platform online gaming, which means someone who plays an online game on their PS5 can play with someone else who plays the same game on a PC. It also spawned a lot of subscription services that make you pay to use online, which I personally believe that they're all stupid and unnecessary, but they also give equally as stupid and unnecessary perks for free, like games every month or discounts on a game. Switch Online is cool though. I mean, it's pretty cheap for a yearly subscription, and classic games are actually a good bonus. I played a couple of them on there. Live streaming is the act of streaming something to a live audience, sort of like a TV broadcast. Platforms such as YouTube and Twitch are the most popular when it comes to this sort of thing. As a matter of fact, I used to be a live streamer with a decent audience for a small content creator before I realized it wasn't my cup of tea. While people could stream anything they want, live streaming games is a huge part of live streams in general. People could stream games that just came out, their first time playing classic games, or just playing games with friends. I also forgot to include, but people could also stream like competitive stuff, like speedruns, which I think is really nice. Live streams are also cool because they allow a group of people to come together and watch a person play a game they might be interested in, which benefits the game through publicity, the audience through entertainment, and the streamer through monetization. Finally, we have esports and competitive gaming. Competitive gaming has been a thing long before Wi-Fi introduced itself into the gaming circle, but online connectivity really amplified its capabilities. Before, people could only compete by going in person, and the only way to know what happened was by being there or just by seeing a video or hearing from word of mouth after. Since it was very difficult to schedule these type of things, there was not a lot of popularity or money in the scene. However, with the introduction of the internet and online gaming, electronic sports started to become much more popular. Tournaments can now be live streamed and recorded for people to watch anywhere at any time with ease. People can now compete against each other online, and games could be made with the intention of having people compete this way. Teams would form for people to see who was the best at said game and win a huge cash prize. Esports and online gaming created a place for people to play competitively against each other and make a living from playing these games, kind of like real sports. While I didn't write a conclusion for this video, I left it purposely blank because I just wanted to give some thoughts real quick about online connectivity just in general. I truly believe that there was a lot of benefit that came out of having online connectivity in gaming. As I said before, it brought together a lot of people from across the world to play games together, which I think is something truly excellent. Before this, you can only accomplish said thing by being right next to the person physically to play the game. Like, you pass them the controller and then they play with you. But with this whole online connectivity thing, you could really connect with just anyone around the world. And I'm a huge fan of competitive games. Like, I really like fighting games, and I like the fact that I could play fighting games against random people just at whatever time I want, and I could see how they play and I could fight against them. It's just really cool. In all, there are some aspects I don't like having to pay for online. I mean, I already paid for the console. Like, you're gonna make me pay monthly for online as well. I also don't like the fact that sometimes it's just like the online could be really bad, or if a game is focused purely on online and then the game shuts down, it's just the game becomes pointless now. And there's also the fact that online connectivity can sometimes be really toxic, especially for like, it could cause a lot of disturbances between the younger audiences, and then there's actually been a lot of troubles and lawsuits in the past, especially with Nintendo, because of people just being weirdos online. But for the most part, I think online gaming connectivity really brings together a group of people who would have never been together otherwise, and they could play a lot of games together and just have a lot of fun. So overall, I think online gaming connectivity is just really cool, the possibilities it could do and what it has done so far. Oh, and also like Fortnite, I guess.